Alderman Brian Hopkins is with us live via Zoom. Alderman, it's nice to have you. Thank you for making some time for us this morning.
Thank you, Terrell.
Have you had a chance to talk to the victim? I know she was visiting Chicago with her young son. Is she doing okay?
Yeah, in cases like this, I always make a point of making sure the victim has my contact information. I leave it to them to reach out to me if they feel like talking to a politician or not. Some do and some don't. This particular victim does have my contact information, and I'm told she's going to contact me today, but that hasn't happened yet.
Got it. Please let us know what you hear from her. In the meantime, I know you want to make the curfew for young people in Chicago at 8 p.m. What's the reason for this?
Well, this activity in Sunday night took place shortly after 8 o'clock. So the hours between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, we've seen a lot of this teen gang activity where you have these flash mobs, teen trends, whatever you want to call it. The numbers can be as low as 20 to 30, as high as 200 to 300. And those are the hours that they're mostly active. So we really need to have a tool that our police officers can use when these large group gatherings start to form, before the guns come out, before the windows are broken, before they're running through the streets blocking traffic. We need to intervene early on when these large groups start to gather, and right now we don't have the ability to do that.
I know that you're trying to get some movement on this in City Hall. You said it's not going anywhere. What kind of pushback are you getting and why?
Yeah, some people feel like 10 o'clock is early enough. But again, my ordinance would only apply to the downtown area that I represent. So I'm leaving it to my colleagues. If they think 10 o'clock is a sufficient time for, an unaccompanied 12-year-old to be running up and down the streets, that's their opinion for their neighborhood. I know what works in my neighborhood, and I know what my residents want. And my residents want us to do something about these large gatherings of very young people. This group in particular Sunday, some of them looked as young as 12 years old. The person that had the gun, based on the video evidence, was probably around 16. That's far too young to be running loose on the streets of Chicago downtown without any supervision during the night hours. So 8 o'clock seems like a reasonable time to impose. And by the way, we're not saying young people can't come downtown. We're just saying large groups of unaccompanied minors with no supervision, no adults, no responsible parties. That's when the problems happen, and that's what we're trying to stop.
Alderman, quickly before we let you go, some other aldermen, the mayor, have brought up how you enforce this. What do you do, and are there some exceptions for some?
Well, it's not hard to enforce. We have violence interrupters who are trained interventionists. In fact, several of them were on the scene Sunday when the shots were fired. We have police that are trained on how to intervene. We're not talking about rounding up mass arrests. We're talking about taking young people off the street. So all we would do would be to remove them from that volatile situation, take them to the nearest police station where they'll be picked up by a responsible adult. So it doesn't require, any grand master plan, and it doesn't require any special training. It just requires the ability to do it, which without a curfew, we currently don't have.
Alderman Hopkins, Second Ward Alderman. Alderman, we're gonna keep an eye on this, and please, if you hear from the victim, let us know how she's doing. Appreciate your time.
I will do so. Thanks, Terrell.
Thank you.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.